Part 3 of the Steel tab is utilizing the slope features inside the item box. In this tutorial, we're going to show you the two different methods to utilize the slope parameters underneath the Steel tab inside the item box. However, there are other tutorials showing you how to place down steel in a variety of different methods. The slope parameters represent the y over the x or the rise over the run. For example, in this tutorial, we're going to place down a beam and we're going to say that the y or rise will be 1 inch for every 12 inches on the x. Note that I have my format and precision set to decimal, so I'm typing in inches. If you have your format and precision set to feet and inches, you'll be typing in feet and inches. Here we're going to say we're going to have a rise of 1 or y of 1 for every 12 inches on the x. And to demonstrate that, we're going to go into the architectural bin. We're going to grab a wide flange shape from our catalog. We're going to press place. And now what we're going to do is say the bottom of this beam is going to be at 10 foot and hit enter. Now we're going to click on the drawing one time and I'm going to hold it in this direction. I'm going to put the polar on to make it easy. And we're going to hold it in this direction and type in 120 inches in the command line and hit enter, or 10 foot. And we're doing that just so we have an even number of feet to represent the rise and run. We're going to rotate this as 0. And here you can see that we've got the bottom to start at 10 foot 0 inches. And then the end of it is at 10 foot 10 inches. So what we've done is we've gone up 10 inches. And that would make sense because the run is actually 10 feet long. The length of the beam is 10 foot. And we wanted to go up 1 inch on the y for every foot on the x. And we went 10 foot on the x. So here we've got bottom 10 foot on one side and bottom 10 foot 10 inches on another. So that is one way of using rise and run. There's another way of utilizing the slope parameters, and that's to just give a rise parameter. Imagine we'd like to place down a steel beam, and we would like this beam to be 2 foot difference between the start of the beam and from the end of the beam. We don't know the rise and the run. We just know that the beginning of the beam is supposed to be at 10 foot, and the end of the beam, however long it may be, should be at 12 foot. So we want there to be a rise of 2 foot. What we can do is we can type in the y-axis here, 24 inches to represent 2 foot. And then we give the x or run parameter a 0. And here what we're going to do is type in 0. So all we do is type in 24 inches or 2 foot. Now what will happen is if we go to grab the exact same wide flange shape and place it on the drawing, we're going to now click on one point and then go across the drawing and click on another point right here and place it. When we do that, you'll notice that the end of the beam is at 12 foot and the beginning of the beam is at 10 foot. So we've gone up exactly 2 foot, or the rise was 2 foot, and that just happens to be calculated based on the length of the beam. In other words, it doesn't make a difference the length of the beam. I just know that when I click between 2 points, if I measure the rise in height, it will be exactly whatever we've typed in here. So another option is to put in a parameter for the y or rise and a 0 for the x value. And those are the two ways of utilizing slope parameters inside your Steel tab item box.